Pleasant good evening, beautiful people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world. Welcome to the National Women's Action Committee National Calypso Queen Competition Challenge Edition. Oh yes, and we are live coming at you on our virtual platform downtown at Cafe Blues. Music is love right here, Wrightson Road in the heart of Port of Spain. I am yours truly, Mistress of Ceremonies, your host for this evening's cultural event. I am Shalane Hendrickson, former four-time National Calypso Queen of Trinidad and Tobago, and it's always a pleasure. So you know, despite the challenges with COVID-19 and the pandemic, we are blessed to be here. So make some noise, Trinidad and Tobago. Make some noise, Cafe Blues. And in keeping with our tradition, it's a pleasure playing the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, played by Earl Knight Services Brass. Anytime I hear our national anthem, my paws raise. It is so touching and patriotic. Put your hands together one more time, beautiful people. It's that time where we have and we invite divine intervention. So could you kindly, wherever you are, Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, the rest of the world, bow your heads and close your eyes. Father, we approach your throne of grace, dear God, in adoration and praises for all your mercies and all your blessings, which you have bestowed upon each and every one of us. And we thank you, dear God, for sparing our lives. We thank you, dear God, for waking us up this morning, for allowing us to see your light and to breathe in your fresh air, and sending down your Holy Spirit, dear Father God. Bless the four corners and the bounding center of this cultural platform. Oh, Father God, as we lift up the National Women's Action Committee and all its subsidiaries, dear Father God. Oh, Father God, as we lift up Kenny Phillips, CEO of WACK 90.1 FM and his team, as we lift up the band, as we lift up the artists, the 14 Calypso Queens who are vying this evening, as we lift up all our background vocalists, as we lift up the ushers, as we lift up family, friends, and well-wishers, all those who are here and who have been working assiduously to make this event a true reality, we say thank you, dear God. We ask for the least of challenges for this virtual platform. We thank you for the provision of this platform. And dear Father God, we ask, as Solomon asks for wisdom and knowledge, grant unto us the understanding that we can always appreciate each other's views, even when we may disagree. Hebrews 13 verse 1, let brotherly and sisterly love always prevail. Isaiah 54:17, let no weapon formed against any of us prosper, and let no negative tongue that may rise up succeed. Oh Father God, as we look to your throne of grace, as we look up, shower us with blessings upon blessings upon blessings. We put all our mercies in one basket. We lift it up in your name, dear Father God. We call on all the angels and saints. And in the meaning of peace, love, unity, respect and understanding for each other. As we say amen, we say ashe, ashe, ashe. I thank each and every one of you. You know, if we ain't start that way, the thing ain't go right? Somebody say, uh-huh. And you know, I'm a very interactive host. So when I say, uh-huh, I need to hear, uh-huh. Now I know, don't care what platform it is, whenever it's competition time, it's the sweetest time in our cultural diaspora, because all our nerves, all our sensitivities, we are embracing each other with love this evening as we put forward 14 of the most outstanding queens, derivative of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, as we pay tribute to deceased Mrs. Sandra Devines Millington, Queen singing Sandra. Put your hands together, beautiful people. And it's about that time to introduce to you, to bring to you the welcome address. A beautiful young lady, the woman who holds down an integral position of the National Women's Action Committee, Treasurer Melissa Dennis. Let's welcome the beautiful Melissa Dennis.
Pleasant good afternoon to one and all. The President of the National Women's Action Committee, Mrs. Natifa Alexander Romero, executive members of the National Women's Action Committee, contestants, judges, our viewing public, both locally and abroad, the media, welcome to the National Calypso Queen Competition 2021, Challenge Edition. This event is being held in tribute to the late Sandra Devines Millington, singing Sandra. This year has been quite a challenging year for NWacc, but at the same time, a learning experience. We have had to use our creativity to the fullest in order to maneuver not just for our own survival, but also the survival of the art form in the wake of a dreadful and widespread pandemic. This event today is a testimony to this experience. With the cancellation of Carnival this year, NWacc could not host the National Calypso Queen competition as it has been doing annually since 1985. However, NWacc felt that in the face of all the challenges, we as a people needed to challenge ourselves to find a way to keep the spirit of our artists and the spirit of our art form alive. Hence, the name Challenge Edition, Calypso is the voice of our people and it must be heard. As a result, the competition this year is one of a revised format. While there will be a winner declared from the competition, that winner will not carry the official title of National Calypso Queen. Instead, along with cash prizes, the first, second, and third places from this competition will automatically qualify for the finals of the next official National Calypso Queen competition whenever that is held. We would like to express our sincere thanks to the finalists, musicians, and the general public for their patience and understanding in the situation. This event was to be held since in April of this year. However, we were forced to postpone twice due to the COVID-19 debacle. But here we are today, standing strong in purpose. I quote Mrs. Lasely Dagger, former president of the NWAC, when she spoke on the 15th anniversary of the National Calypso Queen competition 21 years ago. The history of the female Calypsonians reflects the resolute spirit of the woman, her overwhelming resourcefulness, creativity, and her ability to adapt and excel within relatively new and unfavorable frontiers. In closing, on behalf of NWAC, I would like to thank our sponsors, National Lotteries Control Board, and the Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and the Arts. Thank you and good afternoon.
Oh yeah, and we are live here. Calypso Blues, Wrightson Road in the heart of Port of Spain, and the sun is going down nicely, and some of you all may now be running to the kitchens to prepare your coffee, your sandwiches. So whatever part of the world you are, we welcome China in the house, and Japan, Australia, London just called in. Put your hands together. The world is locked on to the National Calypso Queen competition, the Challenge Edition, where the first, second, and third places will be automatic qualifiers for the next National Calypso Queen competition hosted in Trinidad and Tobago. Put your hands together for the National Women's Action Committee. And I'm getting all excited, I'm getting all excited. It brings me back to my days, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001. So if you're ready, are you ready? Yeah, man, and you know what? We would not be here if it wasn't for our sponsors. So let me just do the creditable thing and say, put your hands together for the Ministry of Tourism, Culture, and the Arts. National Lotteries Control Board, NLCB. Kenny Phillips and his team, WACK 90.1 FM. Make some noise. And I know she's ready. She is ready. In position number 1, singing a calypso entitled Mother. Let's meet and greet the beautiful Jamaica Daria, supported by All Night Services Brass. A
pleasant afternoon to everyone. This is not a tribute song, only a talk gets me wrong, but it's up to me today to come out and say what I have to say. The essence of a mother, she sticks closer than a brother, a special something deep within her, a bond that will last forever. You didn't come from within her, yet inside of her filled with love for you. The spirit of that motherly love could always be seen shining through. Oh, mother. Oh, mother. That is what she was and what she'll always be. Mother. Oh, mother. A true example, that shining light for all to see. With wisdom she sat and taught us that the war will go on, and to be mindful of leaders who seek to use the people as pawn. She was the voice of the ghetto, through which the boomboxes echo, the voice of truth and hope for our bright side tomorrow. Mother, oh mother, that is what she was and what she will always be. come your way. Hey, dry them bloody tears away. Come son, come daughter, and regardless of who you be, would make that sacrifice daily, so better days we children could see. Oh, mother, that is what she was and what she'll always be. She begged her sons, no more ashes in the urn. Open up your eyes, my young black men. Tell me when will you learn? She was the voice of the ghetto, through which the boomboxes echo. The voice of trust and belief for a brighter tomorrow. Mother, that is what she was and what she would always be. She girl children like me was a different love entirely. If you wanted to stay she friend, don't disrespect any woman. Without looking for applause, she took up we women's cause, toiling from day to night to make a stand for women's rights. Without fear of favor, couldn't silence her even if they tried. Our mother, our defender, warrior till the day she died. Oh, mother, that is what she was and what she'll always be. Yeah, mother, incandescent flame shining bright for all to see. Women, please don't forget her plea. Cheaply, place self-worth over money. Woman, tie with your dignity. Today, let her voice still echo. As an example, we follow the voice of resilience, shaping up for tomorrow. Mother, that is what she was and what she will always be. It is undeniable, her love is irreplaceable. All the lessons that she taught, we can't let it amount to naught. Mother go cry out in shame if we let her hard work go down the drain. May we never waver as we uphold your legacy. May you always be here as your love we continue to share. What you are and what you'll always be. A true queen shining bright for all to see. Through the ancient rhythm within us, you said let our true colors show. Every line, every verse, every chorus must help my people to grow. Forever the voice of the ghetto will continue to echo with optimism and faith for a brighter tomorrow. Mother, that is what you are and what you will always be.
Oh, put your hands together. Put your hands together. That was contestant number 1, Mr. Mika Darius. And she sang Mother. And I really don't envy our adjudicators, you know. They have a nervous look on their faces as we speak. It's Kaiso coming at you. Kaiso all up inside their rooms. I am your host this evening, Shalane Hendrickson. And it's a pleasure as we move on to contestant number 2, singing her composition entitled Equal Rights and Justice. Put your hands together as we introduce Miss Naila Kojo, known in the world of calypso as Nefta Kojo, Equal Rights and Justice.
Whose streets?
Our streets!
Women are marching to reclaim Trinidad's streets from sexual predators, kidnappers and murderers.
We want to walk.
Gotta wash your hands with this thing? Gotta wash your hands with this thing, what?
To the same children, we say, an injury to one is an injury to all.
For the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people we want. People protesting. Now look at our nation. Blood on the streets. Check the situation now. Say no to defeat. No. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people we want. Abuse of our children, it needs to stop. Abuse of our men, still a joke on the block. Abuse from the system, tell me when will it stop? Stop. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people we want. Equal rights and justice. Power to the people. While so many hungry,
My. Put your hands together. That was competitor number 2. Naila Kojo, Nefta Kojo. Equal rights and justice. And you know, just as I stepped away, we got a call from West Africa, Ghana to be exact. They are now logging on. So make some noise as we say, Akwaba, Ghana. Welcome. Ooh. The thing nice as we tip our hearts to all the hard-working members of the National Women's Action Committee, National Joint Action Committee, National Action Cultural Committee, each and every arm coming together to support this new innovative cultural platform, the challenge edition of the National Calypso Queen competition. Put your hands together, make some noise. And to all those now logging on, I am yours truly, MC Shalane Hendrickson, and it's a pleasure to introduce competitor number 3, singing a couple so entitled Veni, Escapee. Put your hands together for singing Sonia, the queen of impersonation.
Police here. Veni, escapee. Police here.
Hola, Trinbago. Hola. You want to see my passport or you want to be my escort? No problema, senor. No problema. Trinbago, my adopted country. Thank you for rescuing me from a Veni homeland. Hardship and misery, no food to eat. I beg the streets, I shed a tear. The pain's so much to bear. I had to run and get away. I couldn't take it anymore. For one more day, I had to run and get away. I couldn't take it anymore. For not one day, escapee. I'm a Veni, escapee. I'm a Veni, escapee. On a pirogue to TNT, I had to leave Caracas. Crab and herring in Baco, and bacon shark in Maracas. Pela $1 send me loco. So officer, don't find me rude. I just come to eat our food. Si senor. I just come to eat our food. I'm all a Trinbago, don't say. I love sweet Trinbago. Trinbago, my adopted country. Your police whistling me. They all want Veni cherry, as sweet as it can be. I want to eat. Give me a treat. It must taste nice. Giving me a Trini vice. I had to run and get away. I couldn't take it anymore. For one more day, I had to run and get away. I couldn't take it anymore. For not one day, escapee. I'm a Veni, escapee. I'm a Veni, escapee. Take me down to Caroni. Wine and drinking is good for me. Punch and chain right my belly. Up and down it make me honey. Take so nice in this Trini paradise. So officer, see me pole dance. Hands gone running up your pants. Si senor. Hands gone running up your pants. Your pants. run, oh run, oh run, run and get away. I couldn't take it anymore. For not one day, escapee, escapee. I'm a Veni escapee, escapee, escapee. I'm a Veni escapee. I have to go to Shagwanas. See me amigos from the Bocas. Oil and food from the pitch lake. Sweet like the deserts make me shake. I going down like Trini Limbo. So officer, you take a peep. Rent me a pajamas to sleep. Si senor, rent me a pajamas to sleep. To sleep, to sleep, to sleep. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Por favor, no me envíes de regreso para Caracas. Please don't send me back to Caracas. Trenbago, my adopted country. Thank you for releasing me from the police jail cell. Back home I was in hell, no grog to drink. I couldn't think which way to flow. The boatman said, let's go. I had to run, oh run, oh run, run and get away. I couldn't take it anymore. For one more day, I had to run, oh run, oh run, run and get away. I couldn't take it anymore. For not one day, escapee, escapee. I'm a Veni escapee, escapee, escapee. I'm a Veni escapee. Take me down to Las Cuevas. Play some old fuss for my breakfast. I'm feeling so nice and free up in here. No more troubles for me to fear. I treat home is the way to go. So officer, I like your Jeep. It's rocking in the backseat. Si senor, be rocking in the backseat. Seat, seat, seat. Oh, 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 oh. Este es mi nuevo hogar. This is my new home. I love you, sweet Trinbago. Take it.
Oh, put your hands together. Put your hands together. Singing in numero dos, tres, tres. Put your hands together for mi hermosa Elaria singing Sonia. Muchas gracias. That was my best Spanish. And to all those now logging on, joining us, we say welcome. Welcome to the Republic, sweet twin island of Trinidad and Tobago, the only place in the world where we do not know what crime is. Put your hands together, beautiful people. Ooh, we obey all our government's mandates. We practice social distancing. We wear our mask at all times. We're mine. In position number 4. Are you ready? Make some noise. Are you ready? Singing a calypso entitled Ambition. Put your hands together for the beautiful Mrs. Alana Sinet Khan, a lady watchman.
Ambitions defined as desire, a goal to aspire to. It's that dream, yes, that inner fire that keeps you on your path like glue. But so many of us just drifting idle. This is a major sin. Always rudderless, always shifting like debris tossed in the wind. But if you want to hit your target, you have to put ambition in gear. It must become entrenched like a habit. It's the fuel to get you there. You see, a dream without ambition is like a car without gas. ambition, or you'll end up nowhere fast. Unless you wet it and then feed it, it's a mirage, only fluff. For like the great Shakespeare said it, ambition is made of stern and stuff. We need ambition, show more ambition. Dreaming alone is never enough. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. Show real ambition, hard like steel ambition. People as fake, pretend and then bluff. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. His crop, so can wet the soil when it harden. From his task he does never stop. When it bears he takes it to market, all his crop exchange for some cash. And because he didn't take basket, all his dreams didn't turn to ash. But at every phase of the project, he kept his vision in sight. Daily hard work he didn't neglect, his wife family eating tonight. You see, a dream without ambition is like a car without gas. Unless you put it into motion, you're going nowhere fast. Unless you wet feed and then prune it, it's a mirage, only fluff. For like the great Shakespeare said it, ambition is made of stern and stuff. We need ambition, show more ambition. Dreaming alone is never enough. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. Show real ambition, I like steel ambition. Tough does get going when the going tough. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. I know a lawyer, for example, who had that dream to be rich. Big money, he loved the sample, so his fingers soon start to itch. His ambition was very simple, to end up on millionaire's row, without integrity or principle, to collect cash when he pass go. He soon reached his height in politics, for a time his good luck prevailed. But because of his dirty ethics, this smart lawyer now facing jail. He had a dream, he had ambition, but his car is run out of gas. Cause if there's no trust at the junction, you're going nowhere fast. If all you lost for is money, it's a mirage, only fluff. For like the part of Avon put it, ambition is made of stern and stuff. He had ambition, greedy ambition, but money alone is never enough. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. Show real ambition, hard like steel ambition. People as fake, pretend and then bluff. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. I heard a story about a lady who was smooth, yes, smoother than silk. Anything she touched, it was shady. Promising it really honey and milk. Anything she touched soon turned to scandal. It was chaos all through her reign. She had a clique that they christened cabal, but her dream was to rule her fate. 1 year's old ambition is power. You can't stop once you get a taste. It's like how sharks live to devour. Once there's blood, yes, even a trace. She had a dream, she had ambition, but her car, it ran out of gas. Cause if there's no discipline with production, you're going nowhere fast. It's all you lost for is power. It's a mirage, only fluff. For like the great Shakespeare said it, ambition is made of stern and stuff. She had ambition, lustful ambition, but power alone is never enough. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. Show real ambition, I like steel ambition. People as fake, pretend and then bluff. Ambition is made of stern and stuff. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
hands together, beautiful people. That was competitor number 4, singing Ambition, Alana Sinnott Khan, Lady Watchman. Look at people online, way. Oh boy, the adjudicators at this time are truly sweating. Please pass them some paper towels, some whatever you have. You know, I know they're having a rough time. Is Kaiso straight up in here? Nice like that. And before we move on and introduce competitor number 5, put your hands together one more time for our keynote sponsors, Ministry of Tourism, Culture and the Arts. National Lotteries Control Board, NLCB. Yes. All you ready? Are you ready? In position number 5. That's numero 5. Singing a calypso entitled Stand Up Now. Let's meet and greet the beautiful Rosemary Mitchell, Young Rose.
I have made a choice to support my man in achieving his fullest potential and becoming his best self. All I ask in return is that he be worthy of my sacrifice. Bam, bam, day. Whoa. Bam, bam, day. Yeah. Bam, bam, day. Bam, bam, day. Whoa. Listen. I say, whoa, whoa, me unto man. It seems like man don't know the real meaning of man. Whoa, whoa, be unto man. It seems like man to have a clue about his role or function. So now what's you, they pointing their finger to describe you is words like weak or failure. Some say the men of today seems to have lost their way. Would you allow it to stay so? Or would your worth, would you stand and show? Man, put away your pride and come. You own the power of redemption. So all of the real men, stand up now. For the sake of your woman, stand up now. All of the real men, stand up now. For the sake of your children, stand up now. Show your worth and stand up now. You can't fade away no how. You're the keeper of the flame. Your destiny come and claim. No more bow your head in shame. Be proud because man's your name. And stand up now. Stand up now, stand up now. All the real men, I say stand up now. Stand up now, man. Bam, bam, day. Oh, bam, bam, day. Bam, bam, day. Yeah. Bam, bam, day. Oh, listen. You are talking to you, man. Hear the voice of your woman. Take the criticism. You're not journey, so failure is not an option. Fathers start being fathers. It's time to wake up. Fatherhood is a role you got lost, time to make up. Listen, pick us up when we fall, answer us when we call. You have to lead by example. With your role you can't gamble. So just talk the talk. It's time to walk the walk. So all of the real men, stand up now. For the sake of your woman, stand up now, stand up now. All of the real men, stand back off them police van. Black man, I want you understand. Handcuff on your hand is the destruction of future generation. Now is the time, this nonsense must stop. Regain your focus, come hold your head up. Your legacy torn this own. You're the head cornerstone. You're the one they expect to fail, yet you're the one who must prevail. Hold on tight till you're under the strain. Overcome, cause man is your name. So all of the real men, stand up now. For the sake of the women, stand up now. All of the real men, stand up now. For the sake of your children, stand up now. Show your worth and stand up now. You can't fail no way, no how. You're the keeper of the flame. Your destiny come and claim. No more bow your head in shame. Be proud because man's your name. And stand up now. Stand up now. All the real men, I say stand up now. Stand up and be counting men. We women support you. It's all up to you. Low. Ba-dam, bam, day, ba-ba-dam, day. Listen. Come forth and show who you really are. Show them you deserve your title. Stand firm, stand and let them know that your plan is to lead your people. Step out of the darkness into the light. Now more than ever, we need you to fight. It's you who must lead the way. No longer can you stray. For the hour is here. No time to sit and stare. Man, today without hesitation, reclaim your position. So all of the real men, stand up now. For the sake of your women, stand up now. All of the real men, stand up now. For the sake of the children, stand up now. Show your worth and stand up now. You can't fail no way, no how. You're the keeper of the flame. Your destiny come and claim. No more bow your head in shame. Be proud because man's your name. And stand up now. Stand up now, stand up. All the real men, I say stand up now. Stand up now, man. Remember, we women support all of you. It's all up to you now. Bam, bam, play. Oh. Bam, bam, day, bam, bam, day. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, put your hands together, beautiful people. That was competitor number 5, Rosemary Mitchell. Young Rose singing Stand Up Now. You know what? I was just sitting down there minding my business when this man come to tell me about we having a band next year called the Jab Jab Band. So you know, one time I in that. I in the next Jab Jab Band, whether they're bringing it for Christmas, Juve, Carnival, whether we have one or not. You know why? I am fully vaccinated, so I playing in the AZ section, AstraZeneca. So who in the Sinopharm section make some noise? Yes. Who in the Johnson & Johnson make some noise? Who in the Moderna? Yes. Pfizer. It have more Sinopharm. Did I say that? We having a real nice session. Jab, jab, Look how Kenny's smiling. Yes, yes. Are you ready for competition? Are you ready for competition? in position number 6. Yes. The light in my eye, holder. Singing a calypso entitled Culture Don't Close Down. Let's meet and greet the beautiful Eunice Peters in position number 6. Culture Don't Close Down.
Now, the owner of Gael, Errol Fabian, has been evicted from his home. He uploaded a video on Facebook depicting bailiffs removing items from his house, which also houses his television business.
They're going to turn off everything here, shut down the station. So I just say goodbye to everybody.
Pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow marks 1 year since the people of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean joined together and said that culture can't close and culture will never fall up. This one is for you. You never know when a comedian serious or joking. The country was shocked to see Errol Fabian crying. People thought he was filming a new TV episode. My cultural archives was headed in a dark hole. How we value the works of those who contribute. For my cultural expression, money can't substitute. The images will remain embedded on my mind, and for my culture I reflecting all the time. Culture don't close down, culture don't fall up. It's a continuum between generations. Culture don't close down, culture don't fall up. That is how we just pass on traditions. Protect the archives of my people's expression, to save the soul of this great nation. Our people's culture keeps them strong and provides the stimulus to carry on. Tell them the will of my people make the bailiff back up and run. Dreamy Patsy was a wrong and still walking. She would have had the bailiff on their toes running. Just so would I get them licks in one of the episodes. Look fun I said Rose would I ring she bell and get them blows. Thanks to the generosity of the people of TNT, they send the cultural works of my country. Lord Marcia Henville must be feeling so proud of we for protecting and saving Gael TV. Tell them for a few dollars you can't tell culture close up shop. It's Western TV you want me Sharon to watch. But what's wrong with seeing people on TV looking like me? You culturize my children with Bert and Ernie. Our people's culture can only be about money. Cause seeing yourself on TV brings a different energy. Tell them Philomena will have beat them with she bucket and mop. Moscow was in his mansion that fateful morning. That is where the archives would be stored. Kailash baby would have come, pushy things in the kitchen. Look, smell along, would have give them a good tongue lashing. It's a serious lesson that this country learned. Your cultural archives must have a permanent home. When by the evening they had to leave Guyenne TV alone. Why? Empower my people, paid off the loan. Tell them culture. Monetizing cultural assets could be tough. Tell them financiers never call, we bluff. It's not easy to foreclose on a people's legacy, to trade their heritage for some small money. Cultural contributors will be turning in their grave as they tried to block the paths that they pay. Tell them culture don't monetizing cultural assets could be rough. Was the stomping ground of the great sprung along. Tony Hall, Christopher Laird, and Wendell Etienne. So much local stars had a platform to perform. How we cultural legacy wanna carry on. I thank Errol Fabian for standing strong and reaching out in the time of need and desperation. Thanks to the people for their contribution. Today, Guyenne TV on its way building back strong. Guyenne TV on its way back to the top. Culture could only stumble, but it will never flop. Cause from the Ganges and the Niles emerged chutney. Calypso evolved from the brutality of slavery. The Spanish influence forever for all are we. And the English Privy Council is still with me. Culture don't close. Misplacing the archives is a recipe for this unity. Some of them tapes in the back there, you know. But wait. Hey, Mr. Rupta. We pay with money. I say we pay with money. Put it down. Lang day. Hey. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Culture don't close, and culture can never fall up. Thank you.
And for those of you now joining us, put your hands together. That was competitor number 6, Eunice Peters, singing Culture Don't Close Down. And how you expect culture to close down when you have hard-working members of the National Women's Action Committee? Put your hands together. The National Action Cultural Committee, NJAC, and all the hard-working people who have ensured that this platform is a true reality. And I just saw the manager of the Calypso Blues Cafe, and we are coming to you live on Wrights Road, downtown in the heart of Port of Spain. Put your hands together for Mr. Carl Jacobs. He's somewhere in the house, Yeah, boy. I just missing the coffee, you know, the coffee and coffee street, but we have WACK, Kenny Phillips and his team, live and direct. Put your hands together. And we are ably assisted musically by All Night Services Brass. Put your hands together, And our fine background vocalist. I'm a proud former calypso queen of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm yours truly, Mistress of Ceremonies, Shalane Hendrickson. And I'm happy that you're calling up your friend. I understand, Croatia is on the line, Log on Croatia, log on Syria, log on Africa, log on. Put your hands together for all the people joining us here in our little Republican twin island of Trinidad and Tobago. You ready for more competition? You sure you're ready for more competition? Singing in position number 7, numero 7, singing a calypso entitled Like Them Yankees Still Here, known to many as Miss Alison Bernard, formerly Warrior Empress. She is now known as Empress Ajay. Put your hands together.
A pleasant evening to one and all. Hope you all enjoying the show. Come to give you all a piece of history here. Yeah, if you don't know your history, you're lost, you know. Sing it out, girl. It was 1960 with guts and bravery. Dr. Williams led a march to end that treaty. I'm talking about Chagaramas, rich in flora and fauna, the jewel of the Western Peninsula. In pouring rain, the natives took to the streets, sending a clear message that land belongs to TNT. Well, victory they got at last. They told them Yankees to haul their mass, so citizens can freely enjoy regardless of class. You know, after all that, look where we reach. They break the islands and block off we Sharkville Beach. No more free sea back, it's 200 ahead in their water park. Well, I'm convinced, like them Yankees ain't gone. Oh no, they're right here, treating Trinbagonians with scorn. They just changed the looks, but it's the same land-grabbing crooks who don't respect we history, the blood, sweat, tears of our ancestry. Better we turn back the hands of time and resurrect those powerful minds who stood for country, so we could get rid of them damn Yankees. I wanna fall. Empress, sing it out, girl. Progress and value. May I ask, progress and value for who? No consultation, not even a review to assess who felt the impact. For many were hurt by their selfish act. From near and far, sea bathers flocked to that beach, picnicking under the trees, enjoying the pool. Family would go there for spirituality, pilgrimage and baptism. What a sight to see. Money cannot repair social damages, denial of rights and privileges that treating begonians with scorn. They just change the looks, but it's the same land-grabbing crooks who don't respect we history, the blood, sweat, tears of our ancestry. I wonder who approved that lease. I wouldn't be surprised if a hand get greased to divide this country, cause them Yankees too selfish and damn greedy. Carnival in the midst of the bacchanal. I went there looking for a verse to finish this song. Right by the fence next to the Coast Guard, I was amazed at what I saw. I said, nice, I'm going and put that in my song for sure. They leave the big car park and go on down by the sea, erecting fancy stage to hold a private soca party, where the 1974 approved plan, they ran legally, stole us off the land. No transparency, something smelling fishy. Crime don't only take place in Lavantil, it's white collar crime have we suffering. But as Granny say, careful, 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 Congote. I'm still convinced, like them Yankees ain't gone. They're right here, treating Trinbagonians with scorn. They just change the looks, but it's the same land-grabbing crooks who don't respect we history. The early dwellers of that valley are trying to decide which one to believe. Is it we don't care or we so naive? Cause the things they do, we like them people take we for stupidity. I wanna fall and pressing it out, girl. Take mellow. Hear me? When will we unite and stand for what's right? Plenty talk, but for nothing we willing to fight. If not for us, then for our children, betterment we owe them. Where is your voice? These actions we must condemn. In 2003, right in the Sister Isle, that beautiful Pigeon Point, them Yankees tried to privatize. But what really baffles me, they are the smallest percentage in this country. Apparently, because of money, they controlling we. But I remember in my anthem, every creed and race find an equal place. No one is greater, regardless of status, race, or color. I'm still convinced, like them Yankees ain't gone. They're right here, treating Trinbagonians with scorn. What? They just change the looks, but it's the same land-grabbing crooks who don't respect we history. Our freedom fighters of the 60s, open your eyes and make no mistake. One day too late, this could be our fate. Right after Alco, they're going to put back security and again. I wanna fall and pressing it out, girl. Give me again, give me again, give me again. I wanna fall and pressing it out, girl. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Put your hands together. That was competitor number 7, numero 7. Ooh, Alison Bernard, formerly Warrior Empress, now known as Empress Ajay, like them Yankees, still here. That was Kaiso, straight up in your rooms. Put your hands together for all 7 competitors. And I will just run through singing in position number 1, singing Mother to Mika Darius. Put your hands together. Don't stop the claps. Don't stop the claps. In position number 2, Equal Rights and Justice. Naila Kojo, Nefta Kojo. In position number 3, Veni Escapee, singing Sonia, the queen of impersonation. And in number 4, singing Ambition, Alana Sinet Khan, Lady Watchman. In 5, Stand Up Now, Rosemary Mitchell, Young Rose. And in position number 6, Culture Don't Close Down, Eunice Peters. And we just concluded our first half in position number 7, like them Yankees still here. Allison, Bernard, Empress, RJ. It has been our pleasure hosting this first half of the innovative challenge edition of the Calypso Queen competition, where the first 3 positions, 1, 2, 3, will be automatic qualifiers for the next national Calypso Queen competition hosted by the National Women's Action Committee. So put your hands together for the hard-working band, led by, I salute these guys, Earl Night Services Band, and all the background vocals, and Kenny Phillip, CEO of WACK 90.1. We're coming to you live from Kaiser Blues, Carl Jacobs Place in the heart, downtown Rice Road in Port of Spain. I'm yours truly, so go get it Sunday evening, right? So the callaloo done bubble up on the pot, the stewed chicken, you know, some fried fish on the side for extra throwing, yeah? Your rice, your mix-up rice, your pela, whatever you have, and wash it down with some morby. Oh God, somebody give me some morby now. Go on, I want some morby. We are back and we are live, coming to you in the heart of Port of Spain in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. All you now joining us online, welcome, welcome to this challenge edition of the Calypso Queen competition hosted by the National Women's Action Committee. Put your hands together. Woo! And this is so timely and so innovative, where the first 3 places, number 1, 2, and 3, first, second, and third placings, will be automatic qualifiers for the next National Calypso Queen competition hosted by NWAC. Put your hands together. I'm yours truly, MC Shalane Hendrickson, former 4-time National Calypso Queen of Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, we have Africa online, we have Japan, we have China, Australia, the Caribbean, US of A, and Europe. Everybody is joining us online. Woo! Somebody say whoa! And we had a fantastic first half. I know the adjudicators are still trembling at this moment. They're wondering if we had 7 fantastic queen presentations in the first half. What is there for the second half? Well, before we begin our competition, it's my pleasure to introduce to you a young lady, dynamic cultural woman of Trinidad and Tobago, our reigning National Calypso Queen. Put your hands together for Miss Makita Daria, doing Die With My Dignity, because of this challenge edition is in tribute to our past deceased National Calypso Queen, National Calypso Monarch, Sandra Devines Millington, singing Sandra. Come to the stage, Makita Darius, as she is going to do for us, Die With My Dignity.
Pleasant evening, everyone. It's an honor to do this song today. One of my favorites from one of my favorite people, singing Sandra.
You want to help to mind your family. You want to help your man financially. But nowadays it's really, really hard to get a job as a girl in Trinidad. You're looking now to find something to do. You meet a boss man who promised to help you. But when the man laid down the condition, nothing else but humiliation. They want to see your whole anatomy. They want to see what your doctor never see. They want to do what your husband never do. Still you don't know if these scams will hire you. So if it's all this humiliation to get a job these days as a woman, tell them they could keep their money, I go keep my honey. Die with my dignity. Like my baby, using the power of the cash and position, waiting to abuse and exploit every woman. To get the job, you had to go to bed with him, become his slave, second wife and deputy. And as a next woman come on the line, he start to tell you are good, you can't whine. They want to see you in a fancy, fancy pose. They want to see how you look without your clothes. They want you couple like a bloody acrobat. The wife at home, they can't ask you to do that. So before I had to lick up somebody, of course I make the police come for me. Tell them they could keep their money, I go keep my honey and die with my dignity. He might be looking quite handsome and macho. You tell yourself you want to walk with me, so you decide to try a ratchet fee. But when you're done, it's then you get to know he wife leave him and gone long time ago. But all the cash she have, he is a failure. The man is nothing but a blinking sukuya. They want to feel up your navel and your breast. They want to know if you have loads on your chest. The kind of things they want to do you with their hand. It's like they're searching to find the promised land. I am a woman, I don't make any skylark. Before I come, the man that die of a heart attack. Brother man, keep your money, I go my honey, and die with my dignity. Just like me, who might be not too well off financially. You need a job and you really need it bad. A man decide to help, you must be glad. But if you value yourself as a woman, you got demand respect from the vagabond. Stand up to them and let them know the truth. It's what you want, you're not a blinking prostitute. You have a mole on your back, they want to see. They want to see if you have marks on your belly. They want to know how much money you had before, and if you're strong enough to take any more. I have a pride and I have my ambition. I want to hold my head up high as a woman. So brother, keep your money, I go keep my honey and die with my dignity. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show, and all the best to all the competitors.
They can keep their money, and I will keep my honey. Honey, right? Did somebody say honey in the back there? Yes. Put your hands together for our reigning calypso queen, Miss Makita Darius. Die with my dignity. One of the many hits made International by our now past sister, looking down at us and smiling and clapping, and supporting our queens. And let's put our hands together for the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and the Arts, the National Lotteries Control Board, all the members of the National Women's Action Committee, National Action Cultural Committee, National Joint Action Committee. Put your hands together for WACK 90.1 FM and the team headed by Mr. Kenny Phillips, CEO in the house. Put your hands together for Mr. Carl Jacobs. Ooh, we at Calypso Blues and we are coming to you live. It's Sunday evening. We're having a nice time. I know some of you all have already been replenished with your callaloo. Somebody say callaloo. Yeah, man. The stew chicken. Somebody say stew chicken. Your little piece of rye plantain on the side. Some of you might prefer a little fried fish, kingfish, something, and all your mouth dribbling, eh? But put your hands together because you know what? It's competition time. Are you ready for the second half of the challenge edition of the National Women's Action Committee? This innovative twist to Calypso Queen competition. Somebody say, yeah, yeah. So put your hands together for one of the finest bands derivative of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, headed by the man All Night Services Brass. Say yeah, yeah. Finest background vocalists in the land. Our drummer at my left. Oh, we're having a wonderful time. In position number 8, numero 8, singing a composition entitled From the Great Beyond. Meet and greet the beautiful Miss Georgia McIntyre, known in the Calypso world as the Messenger.
With her hand on her chest, she pointed upwards and she made a fist and she whispered, all is well. My sister, I know that all is well. God is in control. This one is for you.
Sister would always say, I will be ready when it's my turn to fly away. I've lived a full life, I've experienced both joy and pain. So when I take my flight, there'll be no regrets to explain. No more cloudy days, your servant now in the light. Up here giving thanks and praise, seated by my Father's side. Playing, but you hearing something with a joyful feeling. You know it's Sandra singing, the room vibrating, your feet start shaking, your body moving. You know it's Sandra dancing from the great, great beyond. She dancing and having fun from the great, great beyond. People to know from the great, great beyond. She's singing, she calypso, defended her rights and stood for that which is good. It is no surprise she sometimes was misunderstood. So generous and kind, with experience to impart. Call her anytime to discuss matters of the art. And when it all went wrong, she took everything in stride, taught young women to be strong and stand by each other's side. And even when in bed, she always voice whispering. It got you thinking, is mother speaking? You feel to give up, but someone say don't stop. Just keep on reaching. You know is mother preaching from the great, great beyond. She counseling she young ones from the great, great beyond. A mother's work is never done from the great, great beyond. She wants she children to know from the great, great beyond. She wants the blessings to oh Sandra, yeah, Sandra, oh, Sandra, Sandra, money, Sandra, oh, yo. Sandra, yeah, Sandra, Sandra, money, Sandra, oh, yo. 1999, Sandra captured Savannah stage. Oh, that was a sign of an icon coming of age. And she knew the struggle was real, so she gave us a song to heal. Then she captivated Trinbago with her voices from the ghetto. 2003, she recaptured the monarchy. Every West Indian woman should be proud of her legacy. Although it's sad to see, she got called home so early. She lived like a champion and she died with her dignity. Giving us songs like ancient rhythms, clean heart, clear conscience, equalizer, tribute to Sandra, for whom the bell tolls, and the power in the song, sung for Madiba, and so many others from the great, great beyond. Accept her contribution from the great, great beyond to this blessed nation from the great, great beyond. She'll always be an icon from the great, great beyond. Oh, she'll always be a oh Sandra, yeah. Sandra, big Sandra, Sandra, Manite, Sandra, oh, Sandra, yeah, Sandra, oh, Sandra, Sandra, ayo, Sandra, yeah.
Put your hands together. That was competitor number 8, numero 8, Georgia McIntyre, the messenger from the great beyond. Kaiso, Kaiso, straight up in your rooms. We're coming to you live, beautiful people, from Kaiso Blues, down Rysum Road in the heart of Port of Spain, in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I am your MC, Shalane Hendrickson, and it's a pleasure to be here to present on behalf of NWAC the challenge edition to the Calypso Queen competition, where the first 3 places will be automatic qualifiers in the next National Calypso Queen competition hosted by NWacc. Somebody say, So now it's real hot right now. On top of the stage here, the heat. They say for the next 3 days it will be beyond 34 degrees Celsius in Trinidad and Tobago, but right now it's feeling like 99. Somebody say fire. In position number 9, singing a calypso. Woo, somebody say, oh. Singing a calypso entitled Woman. Put your hands together for the beautiful Mahalia Duncan Regis.
Good evening, everyone. Whoa, whoa. Hey. Whoa. Woman, woman, that's what they calling we. With voice full of sarcasm and negativity. Hear them man say that they fully understand that the meaning of woman is war beyond to man. But she's a strong, strong figure, a homemaker. Slightest cry of an infant child would awake her. So let's shut down that false report and give us your full support. And in love and life we won't come up short. So why some men have to get on so run their mouth like a stereo? Nothing good from their mouth that flow about woman. But she's a rose to put next to thorn, unable to survive a horn. I still love you from dusk till dawn. That's woman. But she's a queen, your greatest lover. So serene, a great provider. All she wants is a faithful man beside her. So don't put we down as no sleeves or treat me as if we are some disease. Cause woman was always easy to please. Is you spoil it. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Woman, woman, that's what they calling we. Some men put we tongue as they arch enemy. And the home now come just like a battle zone. And marks of violence are clearly shown. It is bad up, slap, cup tap with all them bruising. And for someone to laugh it off, it's not amusing. Then we swear in matrimony that we both live in harmony, and where there'll be no hostility. So why some men have to get on so run their mouth like a stereo? Nothing good from their mouth that flow about woman. We make your living worth the while. Always go the extra mile and willing to bear your child. That's woman. But she's a queen, your greatest lover. So a great provider. All she wants is a faithful man beside her. So don't put we down as no sleeves. Treat me as if we are some disease. Cause woman was always easy to please. Is you spoiling? Woman, woman, that's what they calling we. Some men put we tongue as a arch enemy. And if we only pack we bags and try to leave, it will be like Adam living without Eve. We know that man was Jaffa's creation. But when he make even pure admiration, we know what a woman brings, could influence emperors or kings, and knows exactly how to pull his strings. So why some men have to get on so? Run their mouth like a stereo, and nothing good from their mouth that flow about. Woman, cause to please you is a main aim. You best bet your weeded frame. Make no fuss to change we name. That's woman. But she's a queen, your greatest lover. So Serena, great provider. All she wants is a faithful man beside her. So don't put me down as no sleep. Treat me as if we are some disease. Cause woman was always easy to please. It's you who spoil it. Woman, that's what they calling we. Some men put we down as a necessity. And if she is one of the nagging kind, man, is plenty pressure enough to blow your mind. You know, half the things she said, she really didn't mean. Look how teeth and tongue does come between. Teeth does bite, but tongue does taste. So to make decisions in haste. So much yes together we shouldn't waste. So why some men have to get out so? Run their mouth like a stereo. Nothing good from their mouth that flow about. Woman, and when your hectic day's complete, and you lie between the sheets, we cream your leg, massage your feet. That's woman. But she's a queen, your greatest lover. So Serena, great provider. All she wants is a faithful man beside her. So don't put we down as no sleep, or treat me as if we are some disease. Cause woman was always easy to please. It's we who spoil it. Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the show.
Oh, put your hands together for competitor number 9, Miss Mahalia Duncan Ray. She's singing Woman. Put your hands together, boy. Nice man, nice man. And the fire is hot. It's really, really hot. But I'm not being burnt. I see we're gearing up for our next competitor. But let me just remind you that the first 3 places in this innovative twist challenge edition to the Calypso Queen competition hosted by the National Women's Action Committee will be automatic qualifiers for the next National Calypso Queen competition. Put your hands together. You see, they say, out of evil cometh good. COVID or no COVID, we going down with the competition. Put your hands together. Somebody say, yeah, yeah. And we coming to you live from Kaiser Blues Cafe with the man, Carl Jacobs, manager of this beautiful place. Oh, boy. Are you ready for more competition? I say, are you ready? Nice, nice. You see, it have 10,000 people in here, you know, it's just, all you can't see them. But I'm seeing them. Somebody say, In position number 10, numero 10. A beautiful lady. Singing a calypso entitled Isolation. Put your hands together for the beautiful Miss Marva Mackenzie singing Isolation.
a run. The world rewind, we back to square one, a little cough. Or just a sneeze is a sign we could have the disease. Lord help us, please. Put a halt on we nation. Trinbago taking instructions. Sanitize and wash your hands. Isolation. Oh, that word isolation. How long this thing will go on? I'm fed up, but don't get me wrong. Better they put me in an asylum, stay inside, or end in promised land. What a great demand! Stay inside, stay inside. Who would have thought? Waking up in a world of scorn, where the air we breathe is not enough. All interaction gone, they're gone. Now you tell me, they say God is a tree, and no disaster could come from we. Once we happy, drinks we merry, we happy. Forget the beach, by internet we teach. Don't pay ties, them bastards can't preach. When they say jump, no ask how high. How long again to go back outside? A tired hide. TNT under inspection. Israel chaos in the nation. Rich and poor line up for ration. Isolation. Oh, that word isolation. Everything gone haywire. We must use more soap and water. The whole nation in a quandary. All this free time. Driving me crazy. They say no glory. Wash your hands, wash your hands. Stay inside, wear your mask. Who would have thought? A new bandit will rule the nation. Without guns and ammunition. Turn the whole country upside down. Now hear this one. It leave a place called Wuhan to come and distress the nation. Between a ball of confusion. Vaccinate, but still use Lysol. Money means nothing, economy fall. And while some playing politics, the entire nation could get sick. There's no quick pick. Isolation. There's too much restriction. Apocalypse, invasion. Cease culture and tourism. Isolation. Oh, that word isolation. Gunman find, they hold and hide. They say no party or boat ride. They tell the nation, you're still inside. And stupid we refuse to abide. Gary say, if you slip, you slide. Take the vaccine. Vaccinate. Who would have thought? We have water more than flour. Hampers and food cards they deliver. Many, many thanks to Corona. And oh, what a scene, it crippled the whole Caribbean. Now lockdown means quarantine. Borders closed, Barbados intervene. Lock up in my house, morning till night. Sun see demon, we all must fight. The place solemn, no man in sight. Somebody save us from this flight, or we have a light. Isolation. We in a funny position. I say thanks to the Asian for this stifling condition. Isolation. Oh, that word isolation. For real good health inspection. Is mask on face and gloves on hand. Can't go nowhere to get protection, cause police and thief in one direction. Well, God bless we nation. The sign of AstraZeneca, take your vaccine alone. No Johnson. Then they have the Delta variant. Like it come here with the Delta airline. I don't know how it reaches so fast. Not me, nah? Hope they catch me. I'm gone. They Entry. Wear your mask, wash your hands, stay inside, stay inside. Isolate, isolate. Them isolate me, eh? Not me. I can't say it.
Oh, I say put your hands together. That was competitor number 10, singing Isolation, Miss Marva Mackenzie. Whoa! Now it's blazing, it's really blazing hot down here at Kaiso Blues Cafe. So all of you people online just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome to sweet Trinidad and Tobago, the only place in the world where we do not know what crime is. Put your hands together with such a obedient, very obedient, not this. Right, look at you down in the corner there. You know what I'm talking about, right? We follow all our government's mandates to wash our hands religiously. Social distance. And wear your masks, wear your masks, wear your masks. And vaccinate to operate. Somebody say, You ready for more competition? That's the people who belong to the Jab Jab band down there, the AZ. That's the AZ crew making the most noise down in the back there. Put your hands together. Yeah. We will all be playing in the same Jab Jab crew come 2022 Carnival or not, all right? Amen. In position, number 11, numero 11. A beautiful lady, and she's coming to tell us stop the victim blaming. Put your hands together for the beautiful Miss Magella Simon.
UA lecturer Dr. Suan Bharat says the time has come for persons to take account when women and girls tell their stories of abuse and stop the victim blaming. She was speaking during a panel discussion by the Seroptimus International, part of their workshop series at the Mayor's Conference Room at the Port of Spain City Hall.
Make the invisible visible. You know, the thing that everybody know, but nobody's saying anything about. The only way we would confront it as unfortunate, as wrong, as a problem, is if we know it, if we are willing to say, yes, this is occurring.
So ladies and gentlemen, it is Calypso History Month. And through Calypso, our stories are told. And this one is of international significance. So I'm here to say it loud. Listen to the message in the music. Band. How many times you hear them say, when a young woman gets slayed, by how she was dressed that day, that she looked for that. How she clothes was way too tight, like she teasing men for spite, like she come out to excite their sexual appetite. But in that conversation I hear yet, how we training our boy children, all females to respect, instead of judging women as temptress and rude. When will we teach our young men to change their attitude? I'm begging you, stop the victim blaming, all the victim shaming. No matter how a woman's dressed, she's not saying yes to rape. I want you to stop violating. Time for educating all men. Stop judging women by what they wear and their shape. So even if Judy wears a tight bodysuit, that's not an invitation to invade and loot. So next time they tell me flat, a rape victim look for that I say no. Even if she dressed like a penthouse playmate, that is the reason to violate. All men folk we must now educate. Woman made to treasure, not violate. For sport, even some lawyers in court. Once a woman dressed short, that's provocation. What's you want the man to do? Them women wicked for true. And if you check about 3 tattoo, that's more than temptation. But how we look should never be an excuse. Instead of viewing women as tempting Jezebels, time to teach your men restraint and courtesy as well. I want you to stop the victim blaming or the victim shaming. No matter how a woman's dressed, she's not saying yes to rape. I want you to stop the violating. Time for educating our men. Stop judging women by what they wear and their shape. So even if Lola wears a tight short pants, that's not an invitation for your sexual advance. So next time they tell me that she's essing, she look for that. I say no matter what she wearing, I tell you straight, that is the reason to violate. Female consciousness must elevate. Woman made to treasure. Message in the music. Whoa, hey. Listen. Since I small, I hear the words. Women must be seen, not heard. And though this might sound absurd, that's where victim blaming starts. That's a woman should know her place. A silent tongue, angelic face. Push back and she bound to taste. One set a hostile dart. So women now must dress like them, not in convent. Because if you're showing skin, you'd attract some nasty comments. Cover up like good Muslim women do. Or you'd hear she wants too hot, she look for, she think for true. I want you to stop all the victim shaming. No matter how a woman's dressed, she's not saying yes to rape. I want you to stop the violating. Stop judging women by what they wear and their shape. So even if Keisha pose in some skimpy clothes, that don't mean she look for it to be exposed to blows. So next time they tell me that some young girl she look for that, I'll say no. Even if she wears a bikini on a date, that is no reason to violate. The caveman ways man eradicate. Woman made to treasure, not violate. Treasure. Hear me now. Take my love. Every woman has a right to wear her clothes loose or tight, whether it be day or night. That shouldn't trigger alarm. Once we teach men to respect, that it's their duty to protect, always be on guard and check. keep us safe from harm. Right now we need to teach our men to view every woman as mother, sister, friend. So before the next, hey, sexy comment pelt, they'll know that we're not trophies or a notch under the belt. Come on and stop. All the victims shaming. No matter how a woman's dressed, she's not saying yes to rape. I want you to stop violating. Time for educating. Stop judging women by what they wear and their shape. So even if Lily wears a mini skirt, that's not an invitation to grouchy and hurt. So next time they tell me flat that some women look for that, I say no matter what we wearing, I tell you straight, that is an excuse to violate. Our minds we need to recalibrate. Women need to judge and not violate. Hear me now. Message in the music. Thank you very much. Women need to judge and not violate. Oh, hey. Women need to judge and not violate.
Oh, put your hands together, beautiful people. That was competitor number 11, Miss Magala Simon, singing Stop the Victim Blaming. Kaiso? Nah, yeah, big Kaiso. We only have big Kaiso on this stage. So put your hands together for the hardworking team from the National Women's Action Committee. Yeah, man, every year they're bowling like the Lara brothers, like the Bravo brothers. All rounders. Somebody say Yeah, man. Nice, eh? Man, just put all your hands together for Kenny Phillip and WACK 90.1 FM. And the band, and the hardworking band, all night services brass. How could we do it without the band? And the background vocalists on my right. We coming to you live, all you online people now joining us and fighting to get on the virtual platform. It's Sunday evening. We done yum the callaloo, and we leave a little bit for later on. The macaroni pie, the pigeon peas, the stewed chicken. And some people even have, the roti, the roti with the curry. With some pela on the side and the morbi to wash it down. Hello, we got it live here. Kaiser Blues Cafe, and the man Carl Jacobs is in the house from Carl and Carol team. Put your hands together for Carl and Carol. Nice like that. And one thing I always love about the NWAC, they always know and remember it's family. Somebody say family. So Trinidad and right now we're going to virtually leave all the way from Trinidad and go to our sister island in Tobago and bring to you competitor number 12, singing a calypso entitled Know Where You Come From. Put your hands together for the beautiful Miss Shamika Danu.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To my African brothers and sisters, we are losing our way. And I plead and I beg you for us to come back today, because we must know where we're going in order to know where we come from. African brothers and sisters. Who essential with limitless potential. Black star, descendants of Africa, who are you? It looks like you've lost your way, just existing from day to day. Family and tradition you once embraced, in a time when royalty was commonplace. But like all sense of history and identity, from your conscience have been erased. Your forefathers paid for your freedom, shed blood, overcome. You can't know where you're going if you don't know where you're coming from. Now every payday like you're gone Spanish is vet, woman and rum. You can't know where you're going if you don't know where you're coming from. It's a romance of ignorance. Solve the mystery. Know your history. Hey! Come back home, my African people. Let us embrace our culture. You turn your back on your culture and fall prey to the vulture. Your attitude, how you dress, music and food, they pick up people confused, still mentally abused. You rock colonial wear for all to see. Look at me, not the shiki. Even if it's free, your peculiar decision of God and religion just adds insult to injury. Hear me? The line so long by KFC is like they dying to get some. And when you ask them about igusi and fufu, you swear they're dumb. You can't know where you're coming from. It's a romance of ignorance. Solve the mystery. Know your history. Hey! Who are you? Is it just a few? Who see yourselves as inferior? Let's examine the interior. A high degree of your insecurity links right back to the grave where our ancestors were sold as slaves. We were body shamed in chains and locks, and then traded and degraded on the auction blocks. And all who feel that is just a phase, check the symptoms nowadays. Zessa is the new craze. Young girls with private parts exposed, flexing to a strange rhythm. I see a sister on she head rolling until a car pass and lick she down. She mad. What taking place? Is a romance of ignorance. nations, the first mathematician, pioneers of medicine, the first engineer. The pyramids still astound the brain, to this day cannot be explained. Great tools of precision, you build the mold. Invented the traffic lights, produced oil from coal, and with time and space to measure, gave us the calendar. Time after time you raised the bar. Names were meant to inspire, like the spirit of the drum. Lutalo means great warrior, but your parents call you dim sum. It's a romance of ignorance. Solve the mystery, know your history. My people, I beg and I plead you, let us embrace our culture so that we can preserve and carry on the legacy of the ancestors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the show. Oh, put your hands together for the representative of sweet, sweet sister Isle Tobago Mission, Mika Denona. Know where you come from. Somebody say, Nice like that. We walk while it's blazing. I can't tell you how much it is, but it is just blazing down here. And we are live coming to you on a virtual platform. This is the innovative challenge edition to the Calypso Queen competition hosted by the National Women's Action Committee. And you know what? The first three places, first, second, and third, will be automatic qualifiers for the next National Calypso Queen competition hosted by the NWAC. Put your hands together. Somebody say, Nice. And you know, we're coming down to the wire now. We have two more in position. Number 13, numero 13. Somebody say, Yeah. Things nice, eh? Oh, good. Hey. And everybody here well behaved and social distance, all 10,000 of you in Kaiser Blues, make some noise. Well, the name of her Calypso, the work ain't finished. Somebody said the work ain't finished. Known to many as Miss Joanne Gibson. Let's meet and greet the beautiful queen voice. The work ain't finished.
Good evening, everyone. This song is to uplift the hearts and minds of those laboring in the vineyard. Riding the backs of history, where our stories are told. Inflicted pain and misery, to strangers we were sold. Taken to a distant land, but some didn't understand that the master above still had a plan. So now here we are, enjoying all our ancestors' work, boasting about liberty, because they removed the yoke. All of our parents' toil, be ready to dismiss, but we ancestors beyond the pale, send me to tell you this. Work ain't finished. carry on. The work ain't finished. The work ain't finished. The work of elders we mustn't forget. And though at times we may feel at ease, we ancestors still begging, please, do not drop your arms, we ain't finished yet. Working, 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 hey, 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 yeah, we ain't finished. There are many hills to climb, but why must we cry defeat when we're given space and time to climb with our own 2 feet? There's no mountain that's too high, no troubles that pass us by, that we're forced to say strength in short supply. We must draw our strength from the ones who have gone before. It's them who open the doors, and we must open them a little more. We were given a role to attend to our people's needs. I'm sure out there are fertile minds, so continue planting seeds. The work ain't finished. The work ain't finished. Though some of our leaders are dead and gone. Gone, gone, gone. The work ain't finished. The work ain't finished. And we in the trenches must carry on. Somebody sing now. The work ain't finished. The work ain't finished. We must fight the fight and with no regret. And I can hear our ancestors call. Do not let your courage fall. Do not drop your arms. We ain't finished yet. The work ain't, tell them. The work ain't finished. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. We ain't finished. Rivers of tears, they run so deep, buried beneath the soil. Can't afford to fall asleep and leave the youths in turmoil. We must be their guiding light, set them on a path that's right, to light a candle and not curse the night. Reason with them, so they'll see where you're coming from. Teach them ancient rhythms and the power of the drum. That our foreparents left us lifelong dreams to fulfill. So when they gaze from the great beyond, they'll see that we fighting still. Ashe! Hey, this work ain't finished. Though some of our leaders are dead and hey, the work ain't finished. The work ain't finished. And we in the trenches must carry on. Somebody sing now. Sing it. Sing it. Sing it. Labor at sunrise until the sunset. We now have the young ones to guide. They can help us turn the tide. Do not drop your arms, we ain't finished yet. The work ain't, tell them. The work ain't finished. Hey, yeah, yeah. We ain't finished. Get this. He who brought you here by faith and started our work in you. You cannot just close the gate, got to do what you've called to do. Institution here so long, up to now stay standing strong. Those who willing to come, bring them along. Jah will praise your plan and the process you've put in place. Now all that you've achieved, you cannot let go to waste. So hold on, my people, there's still many lives to shape. A genuine call that is from within, from that you cannot escape. Ashe! No, this work ain't finished. Though some of our leaders are dead.
Somebody say, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wait, that's now. So the flames get so hot that people just scatter. You understand me? Somebody say, uh-huh. Nice, nice, nice. Beautiful people, put your hands together for the last competitor. Competitor number 13. Joanne Gibson, Queen Voice. The work in finish. And I was sitting next to the drummer. I almost got carried away with the echo of the drums, you know. Them drums there right here. The man hand was real flexible on the drums. Put your hands together one more time. And before I introduce to you what we would normally call in Kaisodam as the last button on Jacob's coat, that's competitor number 14. Before I introduce that beautiful queen, I must give credit to two beautiful ladies and two hardworking gentlemen here with us. Don't feel selfish if I ain't call the names of all the rest of you, I know. But I must pay tribute to the president of the National Women's Action Committee, Mrs. Natifa Alexander Romero. Put your hands together for that lady. And one of the very hard-working ladies, she's the acting principal of the New Butler Associate College. We know as Queen Ife Alain and her team. Make some noise. Former Calypso Queen 2 of Trinidad and Tobago. Make some noise for Ife. And then there are two gentlemen I have known since I was like about that. They are right here with us. First, let me say tribute to a former minister in the Ministry of National Security, Brother Mbau Mohini. Put your hands together for Brother Mbau. And always, 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 I mean, we ladies, whenever we see this gentleman, we feel comfortable because he's always there like the Rock of Gibraltar, assisting the nwacc, the artists, the queens, anything that we need coming to us, you know. He never left us through the years. The political leader of National Joint Action Committee, Brother Kwasi Motimo. Whoa! Oh, let's make some noise. Open up the mic. Say whoa! Nice like that, you know. I had to say that because my boy Macandal Daga just passed me on the way right there. So look, he just went so. Put your hands together for the ruticle, the foundation of the whole thing. Brother Macandal and Lazali Daga. Yes, beautiful people, are you ready for competition? One more time. This beautiful lady coming to you, singing a calypso entitled Land of Missing Persons. Let's meet and greet the beautiful Mrs. Lady. Somebody say, ooh, Tiny. She's a little ball right now. And she's a little ball right now. Corrine Williams Figaro. She's a little ball lady, Tiny.
So wait now. 6 years and they didn't find Glenda Charles Harris yet. Every day somebody missing. But wait now. This is the land of missing people.
you to change your delinquent ways. In the land of the missing persons, some lost without a clue. To all delinquent parents, you missing too. I tell you, you're missing. Oh Lord, you're missing. You miss, missing. All you seeing them? I'm searching, I'm trying to find. Seem to be a common trend. Many have vanished, never to be seen again, leaving their families distraughted and full of pain, to know that their loved ones are no longer here. Some does hire investigators to locate their families. No matter what's the cost, they will pelt out hard currency. The police say that they're searching, but often they can't find a clue. So while some police searching, I see some police that missing too. So when police and criminalists friend and tarnishing the law by protecting them, they're missing. Giving them drugs to sell on the block and renting them guns to put on walk. They're missing. To all misguided police officers, you're bringing the service down. Stand up for the law and turn things around. In the land of the missing persons, some lost without a clue. To all misguided police officers, you're missing too. I tell you, you're missing. Yes, you're missing. And you too, you miss. I'm trying to find. I can't find them nowhere. Human trafficking, they say must take the blame for those who have gone missing time and time again. Men, women, and children. From my observation, I know that's something wrong. So when you leave your homes, you have to be on your guard, just so you might go missing. The situation is so sad. I listen and I hear some politicians say they wouldn't lend a helping hand. But when I look around, all I see is missing politicians. So when you vote and elect any politician and they break their promises after election, they're missing. They forget everything about me and you, but picking up their friends, friends and family, they're missing. To all politicians, keep the promises that you made. Be true to the people, don't be a fake. In the land of the missing persons, some lost without a clue. To all corrupted politicians, you missing too. I tell you, you're missing. Oh gosh, you're missing. Hey, you miss. I'm trying to find. I can't see them nowhere. Look. Can we find those missing persons we see every day? Those we can touch but are so far away. Lost to understanding what is right from wrong. Clearly some of them will never ever be found. But there are certain persons who have vanished throughout the years, hope that they would be found so their families would stop shedding tears. Persons like Glenda, Charles Harris, Anand Maharaj, and Primna Jerry are just some of the good citizens that vanish from sweet tea and tea. But if you know what's right and you're doing wrong, and come tumbling down, you're missing. You have no love and respect for your fellow man. Being a narcissist is your ambition. You're missing. To all evildoers, keep the promises that you made. Be true to the people, don't be a fake. In the land of the missing persons, some lost without a clue. To all evil wicked doers, you missing too. I tell you, you're missing. You're missing. You missing. I'm searching, I'm trying to find. She's searching. I can't find them nowhere. Where all these people gone? I'm searching. Thank you very much.
Put your hands together for competitor number 14, singing Land of the Missing Persons, Mrs. Corinne Williams Figaro. Somebody say, oh. And for all 7 competitors in round 2, we had in position number 8, Miss Georgia McIntyre, the messenger, singing From the Great Beyond. Keep the claps going. In position number 9, Mahalia Duncan Regis, singing Woman. In 10, Marva McKenzie, Isolation. In 11, Miss Magella Simon, Stop the Victim Blaming. In position number 12, representing our sister Isle of Tobago, Miss Shamika Denoon, Know Where You Come From. In 13, Joanne Gibson, Queen Voice, The Work Ain't Finished. And rounding up the tally, in position 14, and she sang Land of Missing Persons, Corinne Williams Figaro, Lady Tiny. We want to say thank you to our sponsors, our key sponsors, the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and the Arts. Put your hands together. National Lotteries Control Board, NLCB. And we must say a special thank you to Cafe Blues and Carl and Carol Jacob. Put your hands together for Carly. Mr. Kenny Phillips, CEO of WACK 90.1 FM, and the entire team of WACK, make some noise. Our guest artist, the reigning national calypso queen of Trinidad and Tobago, Miss Makeda Darius. All our contestants, and I really could never envy our adjudicators at this moment. The executive and members of the National Women's Action Committee, National Action Cultural Committee, and the National Joint Action Committee. All our protocol committee and events team. All night services brass. Put your hands together, make some noise. All our background vocalists who represented well, Candice and Harry and the Deco team, K&J Caterers, and all the volunteers. And if I have left out anyone, my humblest apology. But I am yours truly. It was a pleasure hosting this beautiful challenge edition of the Calypso Queen competition hosted by the NWAC. And we look forward to see who will represent number 1, number 2, number 3 as qualifiers in the next round of the National Calypso Queen competition. Stay safe, wear your masks, social distance, wash your hands, and vaccinate to operate. I am Shalane Hendrickson. I love you all. Keep praying. Trinidad and Tobago, hold strong. Me say me love you.